All you have to do is go back in history and you'll see what I'm talking about. Go back in history and you'll see exactly what I mean. That's all you have to do. Do something smart with these smartphones, right? So what you want to do smart with the smartphone is get your computers, get your tablets, get all of that stuff, and do history and look back on World War II and see what happened in World War II. It was a depopulation of the human beings in the world. And this is what the top 1% is doing. We're going to this war to do one thing, and that's to downsize on population all over the world. Okay? When Iran strike back, and then America's going to strike back at Iran, and then China and Russia is going to get in it. You're looking at a world war now. France is going to get in it. You look at a world war to cut down on population growth. Okay? These wars are always manipulated into play. These wars are always come into play at some point in time to do just that. But then you have disease. Then you have famine. Okay? But you end up cutting down on millions and millions of people in the world. But it's not going to be as business as usual. Things are going to spill out of control. And now you're looking at the Armageddon. Then you're looking at the turbulence that come with that. See, these scriptures never lie. The scriptures never lie. It's right there in your scriptures how this thing is going to play out. Sister Babylon. It's right there in the scriptures. Okay? So all you got to do is read it and then compare to what's going on today with the scriptures. That's all you got to do. It's elementary. He wrote it that way for a reason. God allowed the scriptures to be elementary so that the youngest, the 12-year-old, can pick it up. So therefore, let's understand where we're headed at. We're not headed to some cookout here. This is going to be a huge bombing campaign. And they're going to cut down on populations of people in the world because the resources are drying up. This is how God pushes mankind to do this. By drying up the resources, by changing the environment. If you look how the environment is changing around global warming. People are protesting all over the world because their leaders won't do anything about global warming. Why do you think the leaders are not doing anything about global warming? Because they can't. They know this is biblical. Look at Australia. It's burning up. California, God's not done with California yet. Droughts are going to be all over the place in a minute. The environment is going to get worse and worse and worse and worse for the human to even live in. Okay, you're going to have to be one tough cookie to live in this environment that's coming about. All right? So get your house in order. That's the main thing here. You should be focusing on. Focusing on how to plant food in the ground, how to maintain yourself, how to sustain yourself. That's the main thing you want to do. You want to make sure that you're able to give yourself some stability. You know what I'm saying? Get out in front of this thing. Start learning how to put crops in the ground. Teach your babies how to do that. All right? Because you're going to have to go get some seeds and get you some dirt. Get some fertilizer. Get some grow formula and bloom formula so that you can grow your stuff. Start teaching your children now. Don't wait on the government. Stop waiting on the government. I tell y'all, stop waiting on the government so much. All the time. Everybody wants to wait on the government. For what? The government can't do everything. Their hands are going to be tied fighting this world war. You're going to have to feed yourselves at some time. And relying on these places of worship, when the money dry up, the donations are going to dry up. So therefore, you're going to eat at these places of worship, that's going to dry up. So you got to get this thing out on your own so you'll know how to do it on your own. And band together as people who love each other and understand something, that we're living in judgment day. We're living in judgment times. And that's the bottom line. That's the message this morning. Stay prayed up and stop staying laid up. Peace.